Hello guys, good morning everyone. It's 2:30 in the morning, January 7th, 2021. Welcome to our daily stock market insights with Miss JD. And in today's discussion, we are technically covering the January 6th performance. But we're still good. We want to make sure that we're able to review these stocks before the market opens later around 9:30 in the morning. So if this is your first time to watch our video, I'm inviting you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're updated whenever I have new videos. Okay, so let's get the ball rolling and start with our index. Okay, interesting. So we're still looking bearish here for our index. So I'm not really expecting a lot for the blue chip companies to recover overnight. So if in case we're going to maintain and hold around this level for our support, probably in this area, then my expectation here is that we could be moving a little slower and do sideways first before we continue to recover. And provided we hold in this area, otherwise you might even drop up to this level. But I don't think it's going to be that extreme, considering that businesses are open now, right? So I'm thinking this is just part of the profit taking events that are happening right now. So most of the blue chip companies have also recovered, and I'm thinking that people are just taking profit. That's why you will see this kind of retracement that we are experiencing right now. And stocks that are hit would be mostly, of course, our um, index stocks. Okay, so let's plot our support here around 6,919. Most conservative drop would be 6,720, but stabilization or sideways I'm anticipating for that to happen in this level. All right, so how are we faring for the highly traded stocks today? So interesting. So I just want to give you an update on my positions. So finally, I was able to enter. Okay, so this is what I did. I shared this yesterday. I already trimmed down my BDO stock or position. I now have 50% remaining, or yeah, remaining in my position there, and I transferred them to Mart and APL. Now, on the other hand, for my SMC, I already exited all my positions, still on a positive. Um, we're still we had gains there, but we were not able to sell at the top. But that's fine. I was not able to. I think in my previous videos I already mentioned that I I know I sold something here, right? In this level partially, and held on to my position to this point. But my average here, if I'm not mistaken, was around 123. Yeah, around that level. So we still ended with a positive or with a gain right here. Same with BDO. BDO, my average is at 93. So good thing I was able to lock in those gains around this area. And if it will continue to drop, then of course that will be our opportunity to re-enter again. At least when I re-enter this time around, it's going to be at a cheaper level. And if it recovers again, then our average is still maintained around the 90s area. So let us see. Okay, I'll go back first to the very popular stock over here, which is Dito. Dito, my average here is it increased. Okay, initially it was around 5 point something, but I've been adding more volume. The previous day, I added around the highest was around 10 peso level, and today I was able to add around the 11 exactly 11 peso mark. And what I did, because I had a meeting around that time, and when I came back, I didn't notice that it even reached the 10 peso area. But still, I'm very happy because I was able to uh, add more uh, to my position at the 11 peso area. So um, so far, our size has increased for Dito, and we just had a minimal increase in our cost average, bringing it to around 613, 623 level, if I'm not mistaken. So that is still a good base. Okay, so my expectation for Dito, given that we have 2 days of a red today, and there was a big rejection that happened when it dropped. So when it dropped, so we recovered immediately same day. So that's actually a much better outlook there. And so I'm thinking we might have something like this, 2 days of a red, then we either go sideways first and then recover. So my expectation here is that if it is going to continue, um, maybe if we're going to have sideways movement here, then that's going to be a good. Okay, so that's my conservative outlook. If it is going to move sideways, probably it'll give us some fluctuations within the day. So really, it's hard to determine how big of a drop or increase every single day, because right now this is really highly volatile stock. So, but now I'm thinking, I think it's just going to be within this range, 1138, before it recovers, because the volume is still there, right? Volume is huge. Um, Let me just add one more. This is my new favorite, net foreign. So there was a question in my, hold on, comments here. Someone asked me earlier today about the impact of net foreign here. From Chloe. Chloe asked, the net buying can affect the trend. I'd have to say yes. There's a big influence in the impact of net foreign or buying or selling really play an important role in the movement. Considering that a lot of our investors are I mean the big whales are mostly foreign investors. So if you have a lot of foreign investors buying, right, tendency is it will push the price even higher. Well, here I'd say even if there was selling that happened, so foreign selling happened. So right, we had red and then another red today because foreign selling also happened. Let me see. In some occasions, even if we have foreign selling, it ended with a green. So this means that there's a balance between local investors and um, foreign investors, because the volume of the foreign selling is not that big. That's why we were able to compensate that. Here, the volume of the foreign selling are noticeable in this case. So that's why you see a big drop in the price. So if, let us say, tomorrow the volume of the foreign selling will continue to decline, and then local sentiment is really on the buying side, then we could make a balance right there, and chances are we'll just go sideways, or it could even uh, um, overpower the volume of the foreign selling in case foreign selling happens still, right? But my advice to everyone, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just saying these things based on my profile, based on how I see things. So please do your research and take action based on your risk tolerance, based on your profile, on how much can you render in terms of monitoring your stock every day. So don't chase if you know you're not able to watch the market, right? Because at this point, I have to say, if you want to enter at this level, this is already an area for long-term investors, right? Because if you want to purely trade the stock, the volatility is too risky. The ups and downs here, the dips could be very extreme, right? So if you're not able to watch the market, you could be a negative for uh, outright 10%, 15%. If you're not able to tolerate that, then it will really give you a lot of stress. However, if you would like to enter DITO for long-term investing, then these dips should not really bother you because you're looking at the bigger potential of the stock, which is because this company is our third telco, and once they become fully operational, then I'm sure the price will not just be 12 peso. Right? I hope that makes sense. Okay. So going back, my pointers here, my my word of advice at this point is if you want to get in, I think a good haggle would be around the 1138 area, right? And before you take action, remind yourself why you are entering the stock. Okay, because overall, yes, outlook wise, mid to long term, there is still a big potential for this stock. All right, ACEN. All right, ACEN is going to have their X date for SRO on the 8th. So this is an expected behavior. Some people want to make sure that they're really able to lock in the profit because we're expecting that on the 8th this is going to drop. Therefore, some people would most likely be selling their shares still. Now, if you really want to if you want to avail the SRO, make sure that if you want to exit, do not exit yet today because this is still before the X date. Now, the system will recognize that you're eligible if the first minute of the 8th you're still there, then you can still avail the SRO price. But some people who are exiting right now, they're not really interested in that because if you don't have any plans anyway of adding more volume, then this is the perfect time to exit because you don't have any plans. But if you do have plans and you exit on the 8th, probably if, in case it will go as low as 7.35, but you're able to get it around, I forgot the exact price of the SRO, around this level, then definitely it could bring your average to, let's say, 455. That's still going to give you a profitable position. And then probably hold on to it because after the SRO, definitely it will find its base and then create some stabilization and then continue to move upwards because the overall outlook of ACEN is really promising in the long term because of this is this is renewable energy, right? So at this point, I am expecting that if it is going to drop, it could drop up to as low as 727 or even as low as this area around the 6 peso area. This was a solid support previously back in November. So so these are the key levels that I'm expecting. Okay, there. So no big expectations for ACEN by tomorrow. I'm anticipating another red and probably a possible bounce around the 727. Okay, Mart. Okay, so I'm just going to share you my position here. Yesterday, I was able to get in around, if I'm not mistaken, 7.6, around 7.6. Okay, I was able to enter there, and today, because that was just a test buy, today I was able to catch it around 6 here, this area, 6.6, this level. So that was my second entry, and we're on a positive side now for Mart. And hopefully, what I'm anticipating here is another recovery, because this part over here from a constricted Bollinger Band, and we broke out of its resistance level, and I would always draw this, right? When it goes up, it retests and then continue its uptrend. That's what we are anticipating for Mart. The four stocks that are really trending right now would be Dito, ACEN, Mart, and APL. So I think the market sentiment is still there. 657, that's our nearest support. So if you would like to add more volume here, I think this is still a good area uh, to add more, because the momentum is still there for Mart. There, now for APL. APL, yesterday I was able to add two positions. One, I got FOMO here, 9.1950, but I was able to add here. When did I add? I think it was yesterday. I didn't add here today. But before the market ended, it was right here, 0.167 area. So we are currently on a very, very minimal red because of the high entry right here. So I was able to add here yesterday, bringing our average down, which is, I think I'm just negative by 400 pesos if I'm not mistaken. So what are we anticipating? Definitely there's a big potential for this stock. APL, they're engaged in mining, and they have projects overseas. Okay, so I think they have partnership with China to mine somewhere. I forgot. And there were a lot of posts about the ship that's already coming over, and I think, I don't know the full story. I'm not really able to watch the to monitor the thread in Instagrams full time, but that's it. Definitely this January they're already going to start their project, hence the positive outlook for APL. So this is just profit taking that happened today. In fact, this is really a good sign. When it dropped same day, it managed to bounce. So I'm expecting for more greens in the coming days. This is just going to, these two red days actually made the climb more manageable, right? Because people are locking in profit every step of the way, so we might be able to see a more sustained growth at this point. That unlike the usual pump and dump thing that happens in some of the stocks, right? It's only like 2 days of hype, and then it's gone. At least with this one, it's gradual increase in the price. My thoughts here, if you'd like to engage in APL, think of the long-term potential. Imagine 0.17 right now, and the moment it reaches 1 peso, that's how many folds? Okay, that is really, really good payoff. Okay, wow, that's going to be around 400% increase in your gain, right? And what if someday, if you really want to stick to this stock, and it gives out a dividend yearly, okay? Let's say it gives you a 10 cents dividend per year. That's approximately how much is 10 cents over 17 cents? 0.10. Hold on. 0.10 divided by, let's say your average here is 0.18. That's a 0.55% dividend, or 55% dividend yield year on year, right? So that's really a very promising position there. Plus, of course, the gains that you will get from this stock when it goes higher. So this is still a very early um, journey for APL. So that is our outlook for buying happening as well. So if it is going to uh, fluctuate, 0.1635 is the area I'm looking at. If it is just going to stabilize before it goes up. But overall, my sentiment here is really very bullish for APL. Now back to BDO. BDO, no big expectations at this point. So I was anticipating 100 peso level as our support, but it looks like it is not bouncing yet. It went lower than that, so we have to anticipate some more dips at this point. It's triggering the lower band, right? And we're not yet in the overbought. So I mean oversold. So that means there are still some possibilities that it could go even lower. Okay, first possible drop would be, let's see if it's going to respect this area, 97, because we had your resistance here previously. So let's see if it is going to stabilize and continue moving up. Otherwise, we have to, of course, probably it might go back again to my average around that area, 93. So two key levels I'm looking at. This area and then the previous resistance over here that could create a support at that point. So 97 and 93. If you find this already very cheap, what I'm saying is hold on to your buying power first and then wait for that confirmation, probably a green candlestick bouncing in these key levels. And that's the time we can say, okay, time to enter. PHA, also foreign selling. See, normally when there's a big volume on foreign selling, we always end in the red. At this point, I'm also conservatively looking at this key level um, as our nearest support, 1.18. So if you want to add, let's say you already have a position and would like to add some more, don't rush when you find it already cheap intraday. Look at the daily chart first and then see the overall direction, and then that's the time you use a faster time frame. Now if you're also trading daily, try to take a moment and look at the weekly chart to understand the overall direction and possible movement, and then from there you can drill down and look at the daily and trade the daily if you're trading daily. So at this point, this is what I'm looking at. I'm anticipating if we are going to have another red, maybe we can add a buy order around the 1.18 because that's our possible support. Reason for saying that is if you look to the left, this is the area of your previous resistance. Now we might be testing that because when we break out of our resistance, we go a little higher and we retest and we continue our movement going up. So that is actually what this stock is currently doing. And you already had that sign, right? While the price is moving higher, your RSI is deteriorating or declining in its momentum. So it's expected people are taking profit, locking in the profit, and here. So imagine this. This is an example of possible movement for APL, where for the longest time this stock didn't really have volume. Same with APL, and it starts to trigger the upper band. And once we trigger the upper band, there's significant move to the upside. Imagine APL moving to the 1 peso level, right? So good job for those people who really uh, entered right here, right? And this was a big move, right? I didn't even I've been reviewing this, but it didn't really sink in before. This now has already around 419% increase in just a span of what? October, November, December, January. 3 months, 400% increase in your investment. All right. So 1.18 is our nearest support. Let's take a look at BPI. BPI also not looking good. Our resistance, which is our MA20 line, is still prevailing. That is still ongoing right here. So rejection. Maybe what we can do is create a box, because the movement has been in this level for several days. So be extra careful the moment it reaches the let us say, how much is this? Around 80 area. This is a support, a possible support, true, but sometimes if really the sentiment is weak, then it could also break that. Now, if you want to enter right here, just anticipate. I don't really feel good when we're moving here, or we're rejecting at the resistance area. I suggest don't enter right here. I suggest you enter on the breakout, because that's a safer move. Because chances are, if you enter right here, yes, it's cheaper at this point, but the chances of it breaking could also be higher. So enter when the stock is now moving in the direction where we want it to move. Okay, so that's a better move, a better action there. Enter when a breakout of the 80 to 52 happens, because that's where your resistance is at the moment. Oh, hold on. Let me first check SEC from Furley. Okay, let me just add a notepad here. PPI and then SEC. Okay, SEC. SEC is, well, what do we have here? We now have foreign buying. Nice. Foreign accumulation is already happening. You had your resistance right here. So I'm thinking this is already a possible end of the profit taking, or the correction. The body of the candlestick is also starting to become smaller and smaller, or this is starting to become small. You had your previous resistance right here, so I'm thinking, yes, we are currently sitting at a possible support. Now, if you want to be very, very sure with your action, although this is already your sign right here that we have some buying that's happening, you can wait for a green candlestick to come out, because I'm thinking we could be bouncing any moment from now. Could be tomorrow, or before Friday, or could be this week or next week, right? So 1268 for me is a possible support. Next is, okay, so I was able to talk to Arlene in our page in Facebook. By the way, I also have a Facebook page, but I'm more active here. I just post my videos there as well. So I already gave her answer to this. All right. Okay, good. We were able to cover the requests. Now let's go back to GTCAP. GTCAP as well. No big expectations here, although this used to be a resistance that became a support right here. Let's see if it is going to give us a good bounce. Okay, but I'm not really expecting a lot. There is still foreign selling that's happening for several weeks now, so the chances of it breaking the support for me is still 50-50. There's still a possibility, but if you want to take action looking at the bigger picture, yes, there's still a big potential for the stock to recover. And I think this is just an action that people are doing because this stock has already recovered and people are taking profit, which is just normal. We have ups and downs in the market every single day. People are taking profit. But overall, if you want to look at the bigger picture, yes, we're just starting. Okay, we're starting to recover. So the dip here, if we are not going to drop to as low as this one, we can still say it's still fine because it is still going to create some higher lows. Let us say it drops up to this point, then you draw a line from here to here. It is still a higher low if you're going to look at the overall picture. Ali, nice, nice. I think this area is still going to hold, right? This for me is a positive sign that we could be recovering anytime soon, because when it dropped, people felt that, hey, this is too cheap now and we should be uh, pushing the price even higher. So good, 40, we're sitting at a possible support right now, 40.90 area or 41 area. Solid consolidation happening right here. So let us see. Okay, so if you want to also add more volume, let's see the overall picture now. Yes, we're halfway actually. We have already recovered and we're halfway. So at this point, my ideal outlook here is that if you want to add more, that is in the assumption that you have a good base. You're just adding more volume. Okay, and people adding volume here are investors, because if you're a trader, this for me is already on the expensive side. But who knows? It's You're not on the overbought level yet. We're just stabilizing, so there is still some possible movement going up. So right now, 40.90 is our support. Okay, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think that is it for this episode, you guys. Let me just promote a few things. Number one, if you'd like to trade the US market, I use eToro, super, super user friendly platform that a lot of us Filipinos are already using when we want to trade cryptocurrency, Forex, or the stocks in the US and the other indices as well. They're available there. And they don't charge a fee when you enter a buy position, and you don't use leverage. They only charge an amount if you borrow money from the platform, which is what we call leverage, right? And when you do so every day that you are in a position, that's when they charge you a minimal fee. Also, I have a Patreon account, so if you want to help me build our community, um, my link is down below. All right, thank you guys for watching, and good luck in your trades later. Bye bye for now.